Hi guys, this is Kudo and welcome back to the sixth part of this tutorial about adding multi-language to your game. So last time we see each other, we saw how to copy the Json file from the web with this function, and now we want to deal with the fact if we don't have internet connection or anything, we want to copy file from resources. And after we will take apart about the loading file content where everything is set up and we just want to load the file. So let's get into it. So right now, if I go back to Unity, I already got in streaming asset my JSON file. So right now we'll try to duplicate my JSON file from the resource text. So for doing that, I need to cut out my Wi-Fi and make sure in the resource file you got all your JSON file. So for me, I just got English and if/or, but for me it doesn't really matter because my system is in French and my default JSON should be in English. So I don't need the Spanish or the German or any other language. But if your system maybe is in Russia, maybe in Portuguese or maybe in other languages, you should definitely got your JSON file adapting to your system setting. Anyway, so for the example, I will erase this because we want to test if our code is working. And let's get back to my script. So for the copying file from resources, very easy. So first thing, what I need to do is to I will create a text asset. So text asset corresponding to my file will be equal, and what we want to do is to retrieve our text file. So what I want to do is resources, so resources dot load, and what we want to load the string path of our file. So because my file is not on any folder, I just need to put the file name, so file name prefix plus language choose, and I need to cast it as a text asset. So remember, the file name prefix and the language choose referring to the text underscore, and the language choose should be en or if/or or es depending on your system you are using, but by default it's en. But for me, because I will retrieve my system language, it will put if/or. Okay, so after creating my text asset, we want to check, so if my file equal to null. So if it didn't retrieve any file, what we want to do is just to debug log error, debug.log error, and we want to log something in case we don't have any file, or maybe you forgot to put your file in resource folder. So I will put a message like this. So make sure the file, okay, plus file name prefix plus language choose plus and is in resource folder. All right, and what we want to do is just to return. So if the file, if we get the file, what we want to do, we just simply copy paste this, because it will do exactly the same. As a simply exception, the load JSON text should be not equal to the handler, but my file dot toString. So this allows me to transform my txt file into a string. And we don't need the debug, so we can erase this. Okay, and we can save that. And we just after call the wait creation file, and it will do the same procedure as the other. So save this. Now let me cut the Wi-Fi. Okay, as you can see, the Wi-Fi is down, and let's head back to our Unity. And if I hit play, so let me clear the console like this, and as you can see, the streaming asset is empty. the console. Let me show you the console. So let's put the console here, and you can see both things happening. Let me reveal this in Finder, and you can see the copying file. Okay, and what we want to do is just to hit play, and you will see. So we got some error, so it's normal. But if I go back to the streaming asset in the Finder, as you can see, my JSON file is succeeding. It succeeds to copying. So what is console showing us? So we can't access to file. Make sure you have internet connection or a link to a text file. So this is the log error we debug here. After we just debug, we try second attempt to copy file from resources. So this one, we're trying to copy file from resources, and as you can see, we succeed to find the file. So after trying to copy the file, we succeed to create to find the file, and after the creation file was a succeed. There it is. So what we can do is just add a debug here. We can do like this. So debug debug.log. We are copying file from resources folder, to make sure during the debug we see what's happening. Okay, so right now, as you can see, we succeed to upload and copy file from the web browser or for the resource file. But now, because we already create our file in the streaming asset, we want to be able to load our JSON file. So this is why we create another function, so load file content, and the load file content function is called here. So when the check file exists. So the first time, because we didn't create our file in the streaming asset or another folder, we'll see that after. We create the file by copying from the URL or copying from the resource folder. But what if I hit play again? You will see we will go on the else function because he filed the file in the folder we specify to him. So let me add a debug.log. So debug.log file is already existing. And what we want to do, we need to call this function and we want to load the file content. So for loading the file content, this is very easy. So we reach the function load file content, and what we want to do is just loaded JSON. So loaded JSON text will be equal to file file.readAllText, and what we want to do is just read the full path to text file. No, sorry, pass full. Sorry. Full path text file. This function will retrieve the file in this path we're specifying to him. So he will retrieve this JSON file and it will transform into a string. And what we want to do, because we know the file is already existing because we check it here, we just want to go and put is file found equal to true. And we want to add one more last thing to show you the loaded JSON text is filled with the right JSON file. We just want to put a debug.log and we want to debug .log the loaded JSON text here, and let's save this. So let's head back to Unity, see our console, and let's hit play. And as you can see here, we retrieve our JSON file. For me, the French one. Okay, and that will be the end of the part 6 of the video. Thanks for watching. So if content equal to like or user learned something equal to true, user should thumb up plus subscribe. Else, user should dislike but help me to improve. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys next time.